Today we're counting down Kobe Bryant rookie inserts and parallels by PSA 10 Gem Rate. The data here is as of 2026. The history is timeless. Let's get to the cards. Number 9 is the Z-Force Zebut. This is the first year of the Z-Force product. 1 in 24 packs for these Zebut inserts. It's a silver foil with electric aesthetic. There was also a Zebut Zebut parallel that was available, but it was 1 in 240 packs. It was a gold foil variation. Z-Force initially was more of an entry-level product, but it's really gained a following over the years due to the unique designs with inserts like these, as well as the Rave parallels. Only 46 PSA 10s. Estimated market value on this one, $9,836 for a PSA 10. It's a 9x price ratio over the 9. There's not a lot of sales information for the PSA 10, so you see it's not filled in here, but there were 5 PSA 9 sales in the last 90 days. There's 2.6 times more 9s than 10s. Number 8 is the Topps Chrome Youthquake. This was an insert that featured NBA's young players, so not just rookies, but also young players. Youthquake was also in the flagship product. 7.4% gem rate here. The card's up 33% in the last 3 months. One interesting thing here is that this card has a lower gem rate and a lower population than the Chrome flagship, but it's cheaper than the Chrome flagship rookie card. This is a nice, cheaper alternative if you still want something in Chrome, but don't want to pay up for the Chrome rookie card. $4,833 in PSA 10, 6x price ratio for the 10 there, 3 PSA 10 sales, 5 PSA 9 sales, 90-day turnover percentage, 3.53%. So this card's a bit more active than others in our countdown in terms of changing hands a little bit, particularly at the PSA 10 level. Number 7 is the Upper Deck Rookie Exclusives. This was an insert set only 1 in 4 packs, so it's almost like a base card in terms of the ease to pull the card. It does have a really nice basketball design there, the embossing. 7.3% gem rate, highest PSA 10 population in the countdown, 329. That makes sense given this card was easier to pull. There's just simply more of them, 4,491 submissions. Card is up 31% in the last 3 months. Again, this card has a lot of sales because there's a lot of them out there. 12 sales of PSA 10 in the last 90 days, 30 PSA 9 sales. The 90-day turnover percentage is also high, 3.65%. It's also the cheapest card in the countdown for a PSA 10, $1,956. But you'd be paying a 7x premium over the PSA 9 for this card. At number 6, we have the Flair Lucky 13. This is a draft redemption insert. So basically, if you had a number 13 card in the pack, you would send it in to Flair and get a Kobe back. I've had a very simple design though, and I noted that beware of counterfeits. So they did counterfeit this card. Usually the easiest way to tell is either have another Kobe number 13 card or have another card from the set to compare. This card is up 20% in the last 3 months with a 6.5% gem rate. PSA 10, 2805, PSA 9, 389, 7x price ratio. 3 sales of the PSA 10 in the last 90 days. There's actually 3 active eBay listings as well. Number 5 is the Topps Draft Redemption. So similar to the Lucky 13, you pull the number 13 card out of a pack, you send it into Topps, and they would send you back a Kobe Bryant. This one, though, featured the first round picks instead of just the lottery. 29 cards, but only 27 were issued, 2 were excluded. One of those 2 excluded was pick number 14, which was Peja Stojakovic of the Kings. The design here, like I said, doesn't really do it justice. The scan here, it's a nice foil board design, almost reminds me of an X-Fractor in some ways. 73 PSA 10s, 6% gem rate. Most valuable card on our countdown, 12,100 in PSA 10. 1 PSA 10 sale. It's a series low. Of course, we have ones without any data. That's even lower. But keep in mind, with just 1 sale, it is harder to price the card. 3,150 in a PSA 9. Number 4 is Topps Finest Gold. I know the gold refractor gets a lot of attention, but this card is pretty hard to pull too. 1 in 24 packs, 18 card set. So 1 per box here. The population here is combined between those with coating and without coating. So you peel the coating, perhaps the surface underneath is scratched or damaged. You keep the coating on. The coating can also be damaged. That makes it harder to really decide what you should do. 7.7% gem rate. Population in PSA 10, 86. This has the lowest 9 to 10 ratio of only 3.3x. For PSA 9 to 10, PSA 9, 9,390. Supply ratio, 3.7x. There have been 5 sales of the PSA 9. Next up, number 3, Flair Metal, Cyber Metal. So this was a parallel 1 in 6 packs out of Flair Metal. Reminds me a bit of the following year's Metal Universe with that feel versus the regular Kobe rookie in metal here was more an industrial type design, whereas this has a little Metal Universe feel to it. 5.1% gem rate. We know these metal cards are always very hard to get a high grade on due to surface scratches in the foil. Very nice looking card. It is actually flat or down 1% in the last 3 months, which is particularly unusual given that the PSA 9 is up 99% in the last 3 months with 26 sales. Typically a PSA 10 goes up and the PSA 9 follows. So I'm not sure what's going on with this one. Perhaps only 2 PSA 10 sales. The market hasn't priced in another one lately. 6x supply ratio, 9 to 10. It's much easier to get a 9 on this card than a 10. Number 10 is the Bowman Best Picks. 1 in 24 packs, 10 card set. Means it's pretty easy to pull one. If you do get one of these in a box, you have a 1 in 10 shot at getting a Kobe. Does have that die cut and etching on it. Gem rate is only 2.6%. Only 10 of these have been PSA 10 as series low. There's also the refractor in 1 in 96 and the atomic refractor parallels of this that look really nice. Again, an estimated value, 5,171 for PSA 10. No PSA 10 sales in the last 90 days. PSA 9, 3 sales. Supply ratio, 12.9 times more 9s than 10s. So this card is easy to pull out of the pack and get a 9, but getting a 10 is quite a challenge. It's reflected in the price ratio here, almost 8x to go from a 9 to a 10. Then at number 1 is a Flair Showcase Row 2. So Flair had row 2, row 1, and row 0. Row 2 being the easiest of the 3 to get in the base set. The mirror-like surface, you see the foil there, the thick stock. All these things contribute to the gem rate being low, 2.2%. That's the lowest in our countdown. There's also the legacy versions of all 3, numbered out of 150. PSA 10 population, 67. PSA 10 market value, 95, 96. 9 to 10 ratio, the highest in our countdown. That makes sense given we have the lowest gem rate in the countdown. Also supply ratio, 11.6x. You see that this card you can get out of the pack in pretty good shape, get a 9, but getting a 10, that next level is quite difficult. Again, not a lot of data here, so there's a lot of blanks here in terms of PSA 10 sales data. Then some series highlights. Like I mentioned before, the Top Draft Redemption being the most expensive. Flair Showcase, the highest premium and also the lowest gem rate. Bowman Best Picks having the highest supply ratio, and then also having the lowest supply period of 10 copies. Rookie exclusives being the cheapest and also the most liquid with the most sales. And I kind of just like to show the summary of data of all 9 cards so you can take a look. And there's also the summary of the ratios where we do have information available. It's a little more limited just because there's not a lot of these cards in PSA 10 form. But yeah, that's a breakdown of the 8 Kobe or 9 Kobe inserts and parallels. I have a countdown of 13 Kobe base rookie cards linked below. As always, market data is as of 2026. The history is timeless. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.